Hey, what's up, Chicago? And welcome back to another episode of Speak Your Mind Radio. Ha ha ha. Yeah, today I'm going to be talking about a film review called Judas and the Black Messiah. Okay, so Judas and the Black Messiah is about the betrayal of the chairman of the Black Panther Party, the Illinois chapter to be exact, that was in Illinois, Chicago. You feel me? And there was an FBI informative that took them down. This happened like in the late 60s. And like I said, the setting is in Chicago. Now, I know a lot of people out there may be wondering, well, why did they name the film the Judas and the Black Messiah? If they're talking about the Black Panther Party. Well, it's like a lot of history behind that. First and foremost is the biblical version of Judas betraying Jesus. You know, he killed him. So they set like the same setting with the Black Panther Party, Fred Hampton. Okay, so Fred Hampton, he was eluded by the FBI informative. What's his name? Will O'Neill. Hold on, let me look at my notes. Okay, his name was I said Will O'Neill. It's William O'Neill. You feel me? And he's another black man that had a lot to do with the downfall of the Black Panther Party. Period. Now, the Black Panther Party. Let me tell you about that, just because the younger generation don't know. They were established in Oakland, California, by two cool college students at the time. Huey P. Newton and Bobby Seale. They started campaigning themselves as a political Black Power party. And they originally started because it was in justice of self-defense. Because during that time, as you can see, even now, today, the police were killing our Black people, you know what I'm saying? Like, just for really no reason. So they had to gather up, organize some type of way to stop these killings within the community. And that's why Chicago is so prevalent in all of this too, because they had something like called the Chicago 7. And maybe I should not even mention that because I'm still studying myself about these things. But it's just important to say, if you don't know your history, you're doomed to repeat it. And here we are in 2021 experiencing the same tactics and regulations by what the Black Panther Party used to call the pigs, which is the police. And I think we just say white devil, period. But it's not a funny situation. It's just funny how, things are a cycle and it's still happening today. Like the late 60s was not that long ago, period. The ending of slavery was not that long ago, period. So we just have to keep digging further and further back. So let's talk about some of the characters in the film. Ooh, okay. So now the person that played Fred Hampton was a British actor by the name of Daniel Uyula. And I hope I said his name right. You all gonna remember Daniel from such films as 2017 Get Out. He was a main character in that film. Also, he played in the TV series, it was on Netflix, so to speak, Black Mirror. So yeah, he's already had his debuts. Like I said, he is a British actor, and the acting was phenomenal because you couldn't even hear his accent underneath, the American accent and everything like that. And it wasn't like no typical American accent. It was just one of those dialects from the 60s that I don't hear a lot of people have today, so to speak. Even the people that were quote unquote born in the 60s don't sound like how they used to, So I think he did an amazing job. Now let's talk about the portrayal portion of the film. The actor played by, his name was, oh Lord, his name was the FBI informant, William O'Neill. He was played by an American actor, Lakeith Steinfeld. Okay, now I know that name rings a bell as well because he was also in Jordan Peele's Get Out film, yeah. So that's who that person is. And also he played in what's it called? FX's TV series Atlanta, starring Childish Gambino. Okay, so yeah, he had a lot of roles, and I'm missing a whole bunch of other roles too. But I just want to refresh your memory on who these actors are. So yeah, so he played the the person who portrayed Fred Hampton, and he did an excellent job as well. Now, Lakeith Steinfeld, he's a very talented actor in everything that he does because he just gets it. He gets the character, he falls deep into it. He knows what he's doing when he gets these certain roles and everything like that. So I really enjoyed his come up story as well, just watching him, different episodes and things of that nature. Okay, so let's talk about also let's talk about the other. Oh no, Lakeith Steinfeld, he's also a musician, y'all. He's a rapper. Right. If you go on YouTube and look up a song called Vicious, it's on it came out like in 2013. And I just can't believe that he did music. A lot of actors started off doing, music and then fell into acting. But that song is really cool because it's just like a real eerie, sinister type song. I mean, it just sounds like that or whatever. I'm not saying it's cool to be that or whatever. I'm just saying, like, if you've watched him in other roles, you're like, yeah, he got that. Because he was really playing the hell out of William O'Neill and Black Messiah. So, like, dang. But yeah, so that was a good song too. And he also had another song out where it was kind of like, it's called Do Better. And Do Better is like really like a time traveling experience listening to it. Like it literally takes you back to the era of 1955. Like you just gotta listen though, like, cause it really will take you into like a zone, you know what I'm saying? The other actors in the movie, Dominique Fishbach, y'all. Dominique Fishbach is from New York. She's 30 years old. She looked like a 12-year-old queen on screen. Okay, no, I'm serious. I'm serious. She did a fabulous job. She's up for a BAFTA nomination award, and she was like, for actors, supporting role actresses, and everything like that. And she did a phenomenal job in The Black Messiah too, because she was the apple of Fred Hampton's eye, his character. They fell in love. They had like just made love on screen, like literally without being graphic, because it was not graphic. But what I mean by love on screen is she was actually the one that got Fred Hampton into sitting down and writing out his thoughts, because when he would talk to a live crowd, he wouldn't even use a microphone, y'all, because his voice was just that, good. It was projecting across the room to nations of people. And he used to study, I'm talking about Fred Hampton for real, like he used to study Malcolm X's speeches, and the love of his life, played by Dominique Fishbach, her name was Deborah Johnson. She was the one that set him down, and she asked him, like, after a rally one day, she was like, do you like poetry or whatever? And he was like, yeah, they're just vibing at that point. She was like, well, maybe you should consider choosing your words wisely, because everything you say and do is a poetry vibe or whatever. And I guess he dug that about her and everything. So maybe like throughout the film, they would show the progression of their relationship, and she actually started writing for him, being his speechwriter, something that he ain't never do or whatever. But he liked it and she liked it, and they had like such a strong, phenomenal vibe and everything like that. It was just beautiful. You have to watch the love scenes, like, during this strenuous time of the pigs killing, the black folk. Now, speaking of the cops killing the black folk, tell me this. Now, a lot of people that would know bits and pieces about the Black Panther, they probably think like, oh, they're real militant, they're only for black people, blah, 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 blah. And yeah, they were militant, so to speak, but it just militant meaning like a serious undertone, not militant only to deprive our community and our well-beings of only in just black people. Yeah, the foundation is black people, no matter where you go, period. But the thing was, Fred Hampton was so cool with the Chicago chapter, you know what I'm saying? He would reach out to other groups during the late 60s that were in Chicago and were like for different organizations and stuff like that. And so he reached out to the Crowns, they protected people like Malcolm X and everything like that. And they also did things for the community too. And that's what the Black Panthers were trying to do, things for the community, have food drives for the kids, make sure they had, a well-balanced meal. They were self-educating themselves on our history and our culture and things of that nature. And then also, like I said, people would think it was just like an all black thing or whatever, but somebody that was so courageous at the age of 21, such as Fred Hampton, he reached out to more than people of color. When I say that, I mean he reached out to what they call the rednecks, those people back then that were like praising the Confederate flag, which means like really racist crap now or whatever. It wouldn't stand the same as what these other white people believed as, and these people that Fred reached out to considered themselves as white trash, and they were even abandoned by their own people, just like we abandoned ourselves, so to speak. The self-identity is so real. Thank you, Nipsey Hussle. You know what I'm saying? That man knew who he was, period. So that's why it's so important, because you feel like you're being abandoned by your own people, and that's what colorism comes into play. I didn't learn about colorism until when I was an adult and everything like that. And, I felt that as a child and things of that nature. And what else? So he reached out to groups like that felt that they had been kicked down and abandoned and bum brushed also by the pigs too. And then he had the white folks who felt like, they looked at the white trash. He had them saying, yeah, the pigs, Then he reached out to other groups like the Puerto Ricans or whatever, Puerto Rican groups. They had issues with the police too and everything like that. I'm not sure exactly what happened, but he would just reach out to different groups in Chicago. Because Chicago is the #1 segregated city, because we got Chinatown, Polish Town, Germantown, it's crazy. So I could understand the connection there. Let's talk about another actress, because I feel like I got off course. No, I apologize. But yeah, let's go back to Dominique Fishbach. She's also a playwright too. All these actors that are so good at what they do and expanding themselves, they always come from other places and always have other hidden talents. So shout out to Dominique. Dominique Thorne, she played Judy Harmon. She was a bad motherfucker, okay? She was just strong and militant and sharp-minded. I loved her. I loved the role that she played. She was just really good at what she did, seriously. And she played in films like If Beale Street Could Talk as Sheila Hunt, okay? I gotta watch that. And I think she's one of the youngest cast members in Judas The Black Messiah. I think she's 23 years old. So yeah, shout out to the other Dominique. Let's talk about the person, what is this? I didn't wrote something down. Let's talk about, the FBI informatives, William O'Neill's person that put him up on game to try to take down Fred Hampton. This guy was played by Jesse Plums, and he played in like a movie called Friday Night Lights, and he's from Dallas, Texas. He's 33 years old. I just wanted to point him out too because everybody's voice is important, everybody's role is important as well too. So I pointed him out because he was a good actor, and the movie made you feel like, yeah, I'm Pig, you know. Okay, so one more actor that really stood out. All of them were great and everything. They were phenomenal. But Ashton Sanders, y'all. Sanders, he played a character named Jimmy, and he played the hell out of that character. This man, I don't even know. I don't even know what I should tell you. No, I'm not gonna tell you because I want y'all to watch it. But he was really engulfed in this character, and I remember him playing in the Wu-Tang documentary series. Did I say that right? The Wu-Tang series on Netflix as RZA, and RZA's trusted him enough to play the role, so he played the hell out of that role too. You know what I'm saying? And so I started looking more and more into his story, and I found out that we were really like relatable, you feel me? Because he said the reason why he got into acting is because he was a weird child growing up, and you know what I'm saying, he felt isolated, so to speak, and what that means is he felt like the other, you know? And so he said he had no friends and everything like that, so I know exactly how you felt, bro. And he said when he started growing up, he started finding bits and pieces of himself because he would just engulf himself into like the creative world. He said when he was growing up back then, it wasn't like cool for a boy to be so creative, like cool for a boy to dance and want to, you know, probably sing or something, understand creative things of that nature. But his father was a fashion designer, so that's how he got into it or whatever. So he's like, oh, okay, you know, ooh, I like this, and this is actually my personality because I don't like to sit in one place at one time, and I like to experience different things. You know what I'm saying? So I just really related to him. I loved his story. I love who he is. Oh, boom, boo. And he a model too. Okay, the only man at 28. Look that up on Google. Period. All right. Let's go on now. It was something else I wanted to say. Girl, I think I done got through the movie. Lord have mercy. Look, I'm trying not to tell you what happened in the movie because it's such a great movie to go see. First of all, it has a lot of history in there that not only us Black people should know, but just Americans in general, or if you outside the country, you like American or, you know, whatever, you know, something that you should know that's like really cool and important, you know? And the soundtrack to the movie was dope too, because of course they were playing like a lot of, you know, oldies. I don't like saying that word, but like a lot of classical music, I'll say, like from the 60s and stuff. So it just made you feel like you were right there and everything. Soundtracks to movies, oh my God, they should just be just as important as they were prevalent in the 90s, because that's all we did, Joe, was watch movies and listen to the music. You know, it has to be a perfect combination, like a perfect vibe and everything like that, and it definitely was it. So I don't know, I just like that and everything. I just want to keep on like keeping on, you know, with watching different things and listening to different songs and watching these actors flourish on the camera, because everything I watch, I'd be like putting two and two together and everything like that. I'm like, oh, bang, like I got it, let's get it. Anyway, so thank you guys for listening to me rant, so to speak. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Speak Your Mind Radio. I hope that you enjoyed this depiction of Judas and the Black Messiah today. Please visit my YouTube page, like, subscribe, and comment, and don't forget to donate to Speak Your Mind Radio. That's pay.me/pal at Speak Your Mind Radio. Thank you. I love you guys. Peace.